told you I found you a perfect match. Chosen by science, but you had to marry them right this second. You would tell me, well, that sounds pretty whack. And I would add, you have 8 weeks to know if you really love them. You just got married at first sight. Jason and Asia gonna tell you wrong from right. Are all these couples just disasters waiting to happen? Imagine if one of them could be a perfect match.
Welcome to A Perfect Match, where today we'll be covering Married at First Sight, Season 19, Episodes 11 and 12. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Reed. With me, as always, the one, the only. You may know her as Aysha Wealth. I know her also as Aysha Welch. Aysha, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. Very excited to talk about these here 2 episodes. First time this season that we get to talk about only 2 episodes, but boy, was there a lot to discuss.
Yeah, talk about a cliffhanger. That was really something. Can't wait to dive into it. 2 episodes, 2 hours of television. Almost feels like we're back at Lifetime, right?
Right. I mean, almost. Yeah, it does. Except hearing, it's still jarring hearing all the cussing.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, but it's like we should be used to it, but it's like we're not used to it with maths. That's
right. Like maths is our like cookie cutter, like sweet, innocent show where Love is Blind. We know Love is Blind. We know it's gonna be raunchy. We know it's gonna be dirty. So I'm expecting F-bombs.
It's like the Married at First Sight we knew before was this like nice, sweet child, and then next thing you know, you
went off to college.
It's much like actually being a parent. Okay, Aysha, I know you know what I'm talking about. You know what? You just turn around one day and then you have this little sweet child becomes like a surly teenager. You're like, oh my god, what's happening?
Did you learn how to roll your eyes?
Yeah, for real. That's what it feels like. It's like every time I hear the F-bomb drop, I'm like, whoa, like, oh yeah, we're on Peacock now. We're on the adult channel now.
Right. I was gonna start off I was gonna do a bit with trying to take a spin off of that Will's early decision, but it was too shocking to even contextualize in the context of this podcast.
I mean, we've had a lot of firsts this season.
Yeah.
I feel like this is definitely a first where
absolutely
the one of the spouses calls in like, hey, guess what? Like, it's about to be a no, especially given what we saw before that.
Yeah, so, exactly. It's
mind-boggling.
Honestly,
yeah, there's so much to talk about. This is a jam-packed 2 episodes.
Yeah,
which shows you the benefits of having things condensed. Like, there's no filler. There's no this was all real stuff in each segment here.
Exactly. So before we dive in, make sure y'all go subscribe to the Love at First Sight feed where you can get all of our podcasts for A Perfect Match, Love is Blind that we just wrapped up. So make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you also subscribe to the RHAP YouTube channel. And also make sure you check out our Patreon. We've had a lot of fun over there giving bonus content this season. We had Michael from season 17. We had Camille and Thomas from season 18. We had Tane from Altar Call. We've had a great time over there talking about all the additional stuff and new thoughts and new discoveries we've had after letting the episodes breathe a little bit and then talking about it again. So make sure you come join us over on Patreon. Look, if you just join this month, you'll get all the season 19 content, and then you'll enjoy.
There's so much for you to see over on Patreon. We've got full season rewatches. We've done 2 whole rewatches at this point. We've
season 1 and season 11.
Yeah, we've got some cast interviews from those seasons as well. We've got some rankings going up there. So there's a lot for you to come and experience when you come onto the Patreon. And it won't stop when the season is over. We'll still be, we haven't truly decided what we're doing yet. We still got to have that internal conversation, but we'll be doing something. And it'll be a fun time. And see, it's interesting with these bonus episodes because I go into those thinking man, what else can we talk about? We spent 2 hours.
You've said that every week.
Every week. And then we're over an hour every week because we find something new to talk about with whatever guest is here. And even in the moment, in those episodes, I've got new things I'm thinking about. I'm like, oh,
yeah, Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just for you to wrap your mind around, we've been podcasting every week since like April. So for you, it's been like, oh my gosh, like I haven't heard from y'all since season 18 in the spring. Well, we've been delivering content over on the Patreon every week since April. So there's plenty to listen to over there. And you'll need that when this season ends because we'll all be filling that void. So make sure you go to patreon.com/a perfect match podcast. And of course, we have our amazing Facebook group with over 1.5 thousand people in it talking about every episode. You can find that at A Perfect Match Podcast on Facebook. This week, the password is
With friends like these. Talking to you, Adrian.
you'll have no enemies.
Sure. Telling you.
Good Lord.
Thought we were boys, Adrian. Thought we were boys. Came here, threw me under the bus.
Yeah. I mean, I have a take on that, on Adrian.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah. No thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Which couple are we talking about first?
Let's Asia, you hear that? You hear that? That's the other shoe dropping. Let's talk about
boot.
That's the other cowboy boot dropping.
The cowboy boot dropping on the way to archery country.
Let's talk about Belinda and Chad.
Ooh.
You know, I've been saying it.
Lordy.
I've been saying it all season. Like it can't be this easy, right? It can't be this good.
I just couldn't put that on him without no other, like, I, deep down felt there's got to be something else, right? But then I'm like, look, let me just accept it at face value and just, maybe he's just a decent guy, maybe there's nothing going on and it's just plain as day. But then, deep down, I'm like, there's something here.
There's something. And little did we know, the editors, the producers, Married at First Sight is going, just you wait. We've been collecting receipts.
Yeah.
We're gonna drive. You think we had that one encounter with Chad? Oh no, we got so much more to show you. We're gonna drop it on you.
Yeah.
When time is right, and they did. So, and things have gone very differently for Belinda and Chad from the other drops. Let's get into it.
And just to set you up for everything we're about to talk about, we are on day 40 of marriage. By the end of these 2 episodes, day 40 of marriage, 16 days until decision day. By the end of these 2 episodes, we were 1 day from decision day. So we covered like 2 weeks in this time span.
Moving
so there
fast.
was moving
fast. So we start this episode with we came in where we left off with Brittany panicking in the bathroom, and we'll get to that when we get to the Brittany and Chad section. But we're on the last night of the retreat.
Oh, Brittany and Chad, what a couple!
Did I say Brittany and Chad?
Yeah,
I meant Brittany and Will.
You're like my mom. She texted me this morning talking about in all caps, Derek, what the heck? And then I didn't respond because I was so confused. I was like, Derek, what did he do? And then she like messaged me again talking. She always like, if I don't see her text, she responds with a finger pointing up to the text above it.
Oh, moms.
I know. So I said, Derek, what did Derek do? I said, do you mean Will? No, because I was like, what did Derek do? She was like, the end of episode 12. I said, do you mean Will? She's like, oh, Will. Yes, sorry.
Oh, man. Mama Welch, you still need the pictures, Mama Welch. You still do this for you, Mama Welch.
She does.
Just for you. But yeah, it's the last night of the retreat. So everyone's going to bed. Chad and Belinda, they talk a little bit about where they're at. They feel pretty good right now. They're on the right track. She says, I hope there's something that if you need to know to tell her, because he doesn't say much. He doesn't really voice any concerns. Chad says, well, the only issue is I just struggle with a lot of the things about, the apartment, the cameras, all that's just very like, it's unsettling, She brings up the fact that they have 2 different kind of unwinding rituals.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells him like she wishes that he would like, unwind with her. Like they should spend some time together unwinding. And he says, well, it's the apartment is not comfortable. You always got the dog sleeping in the bed. So it's hard to it's hard to unwind it with you because the dog's there. And we just need to get to a point where he's sleeping in his space, and we have the bed for us. He can't sleep when the dog's in the bed. Now, we've had this issue a lot this season, and with Zoe, Megan's dog. I mean, come on, Derek, get over it. If Jalen and Josh are having this issue with Topo Chico, I'd say, Jalen, get over it. They're two little dogs. Lovey's a different animal. Literally. This dog, I mean, if you've seen the show, you've seen it. The dog is huge. So I don't blame him for saying this, because it would feel like there's 3 people in this bed.
It is a huge dog. Yeah. Lovey deserves a very big dog bed. In the room is fine, right? I think if Lovey was uncomfortable enough, he wouldn't sleep in the bed. Yeah. So it's all about claiming your space, Chad.
No, but you can't claim any space. The dog is a person. You can't fit that. I mean, and they got those small ass beds in that apartment. I'm sure that's what Chad's talking about as well. It's like they got this. He probably has like a California king in his house. He can't sleep in this like little queen bed. It's like it can't fit 3 people in there. So I'm kind of with him on this, just to the sheer size of Lovey.
What I was confused about was like, yeah, their unwinding rituals are different. And he was like, he can't sleep when Lovey is on his leg. So has he been sleeping on the couch and she sleeps in the bed?
I don't know. It's a good question. Yeah. I think there might be some time when he just doesn't like chill in the bed with her, because he's like, if I'm going to get in this bed, it's only going to be to sleep, because I can't relax in that bed. She says, well, I don't want to get to a point where we're spending, she wants to get to a point where they're spending their unwind time together. He says, well, in a couple weeks, when the cameras are gone, we can get to normal life. Okay. Because right now it's not normal. He said in confessional, he says, this is hard doing this on camera, but he knows things are going to get better when the cameras are gone. I was like,
and that's heard just that so many times.
So many times. It's like, oh man, when these cameras are gone, things are going to get so much better.
And that's just like an empty.
Things rarely do.
Right. That's an empty promise. I don't know what things are going to. I only know you in front of a camera. So for you to tell me things are going to be better, how am I supposed to know? Just take the chance and say yes. And then like, oh, well, things aren't better. So now I got to walk away.
Yeah.
So can't say yes on hope.
No. So we then we get everybody back to the apartments in Austin. Right, everyone's back home. We get a scene with Belinda and Jalen talking over FaceTime, and Belinda tells Jalen about an incident, and she says, Chad said we weren't filming, today, but apparently we were scheduled to film today, and Chad got upset, started texting producers, and Belinda also mentions that she had a hair appointment done scheduled for the day because she thought they weren't filming. And Chad decided to use that in his angry text messages to producers, about more reasons why this is unacceptable.
And I'm sorry, Chad, did you see season 18 when Michelle went to get her hair done and still filmed and had a conversation with her hairstylist?
You can make it happen.
Exactly.
And, Belinda was basically saying to Chad, don't include her in his little missives about scheduling, because it doesn't bother her. She can just reschedule the appointment. It's not a big deal. So what do you think about this? Because if Chad's just mad in general, I don't think he's trying to put it on her. I think he's just using that as like reasons why it's not like, because I assume they moved the schedule around on him. Like he thought they weren't filming, but they moved something around, and now they do have to film, and he's upset about it. And he's texting production about it, and he's saying, and Belinda had a hair appointment.
And another thing.
Yeah, so he's not saying like, well, guys, like I would be fine with it. Belinda's got a hair appointment. That's what I'm getting from her.
I don't think she's seeing it that way. I think she's like, clear me of any disdain you have with production, because by you saying, well, Belinda has a hair appointment, that sounds like we have an issue with this. I don't think she's trying to. I don't think she's trying to say that he's trying to shift blame to her. It's like he's trying to make this a we thing. when it's a him thing. She has no problem filming. She'll go film at the hair salon if she needs to. But by him blaming her hair appointment, she's like, hey, this ain't a week. You have the problem.
Yeah, but I don't know if he was like, I don't know if he was presenting it as like a cosign thing or just like, we got this, we got this, we got
right.
this.
We.
Yeah,
That's it's not. She doesn't have the problem.
I know she doesn't, but I don't think he's saying she has a problem. I think he's just saying that these are things we had scheduled, and because you guys are doing this and that,
you're missing the point.
I'm not. I just think it's. I think it's okay for him to use that as reasoning.
If you have an issue with this, talk about what you got going on. If you have nothing to list, then why are you so mad?
I think he's just using it in his argument. I don't think he's like, me and Belinda are so mad. Like, I think he's...
Yeah, she's saying, don't include me in that argument. Like, it is a reflection of her to be the way, like, especially the way he's acting. Like, it's one thing to be like, hey guys, let's like be more considerate of my schedule. Cause I'm sure that these people are working professionals. Like, I'm sure there have been other issues in the past that haven't made the edit because it's not like, oh, we need to break the fourth wall to show the disdain they have. But for this, it's like, he's being so like, he's enraged about it. Like he wants to be done with the show, you know? So it's like for him to be so pissed off, she's like, look, I have a fine relationship with production. I don't need them thinking, oh, Belinda and Chad can't stand us. No, it's Chad.
Yeah, it was interesting though, because she's like, she says, "Don't speak for me." Like,
yeah, exactly.
And Jalen's basically echoing the sentiment. Like, just make sure you're telling him that he does not speak for you in these matters. Jalen says in a confessional that her mom doesn't like bringing out this side of herself, and it's showing a different side of Chad that Jalen doesn't like, and that Belinda doesn't like either. Jalen says, well, you know, does he know that we are married because of the show? That y'all are married because of the show? So like, don't go be going so hard on the show. This is the reason why y'all are married. Just ride the wave, is what Jalen says. So we get the next scene. They're out to dinner. Have you ever been to one of these little conveyor belt things where they conveyor belt your... Like, is there any food you can take off this belt? Like, what is this?
No, you order your food and your food comes around and that's what you grab. I don't know how. I've never eaten at a restaurant like that because usually it's like sushi and I don't like sushi. So I never have, but I have had friends that have. It's really cool.
I just feel like there's like level for mishap. Someone's gonna grab my food before it gets to me, and I'll just be looking at the conveyor about like, I don't see my food. Like, I'll be there. There has
to be some type of checks and balances.
Yeah, I'll be there for 20 minutes. Like, I ordered my food. Is it here? And they'll be like, oh, I think that table over there actually picked up your food. I'm like, well, see, this is why we need this is why automation is the enemy, right? We need waiters to bring me our food. Okay.
You didn't like the automated thing that came over to get like their dishes?
Nah, that's creepy.
You just stack it and it'll go.
Nah, that's creepy, man. Creepy. Skynet is a real thing. It's coming. They talk about their days. He had a meeting, and you know, he saw a friend of his.
He had to say,
huh?
He said he had 6 meetings.
He had 6 meetings,
which is hilarious that he had to point that out. Like, he is trying to just show any level of like how much this is inconveniencing him. Because it's like, oh, if I end the day, I'm like, oh yeah, I had a few meetings. I don't think, oh, I had 1, 2, okay, then I had 11 o'clock and then 2 o'clock. He said I had 6 meetings. He wants you to know he's a busy man and does not have time for this show.
Yeah, and he talks about also, you know, catching up with a friend of his, and he was able to kind of vent his frustrations about the show to his friend, and he just kind of comes out, you know, I'm at the end of my rope with this effing show. You know, he says it's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with you. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, she basically kind of like parrots what Jalen said, like, well, I need to remind you that because we met because of this show. She's like, and what has gone so wrong with the show that is getting you this upset? And he's just, I'm just tired of the bullshit. Like, I want to be talked to like I'm a child. Okay.
Right.
And you know, we get a lot of flashbacks of Chad getting upset with production, yelling them to get the mics off and all this stuff. He's had it up to here with them. I was like, wow, they really compiled the receipts.
These flashbacks got me because I was like, oh, they were prepared. Like, and you can't say, oh, it's the longevity of the experiment. It's this, it's that. You were acting like that on the wedding day. So, like, you wanted this show to be just a more well-produced Hinge, and then we walk away.
Yes.
Because the fact that he just wanted it to introduce them to each other, but that's part of the show. You are signing up for the show. You are signing up for the 8 weeks of being televised. In addition to that, you have the reunion. Are you going to show up to the reunion, Chad?
Yeah, I mean, and he's told us before that he doesn't like not being in control. It's really kind of upsetting to him that he doesn't. And I imagine for someone like Chad, who, older guy, kind of stuck in his ways, he does not like these. I'm sure PAs or production people that are probably younger than him telling him what he should and should not be doing. Right?
Yeah, my life is not up to them.
Yeah. He says,
who is bossing you around?
He says he's accustomed to being in charge, and he's gonna have people telling him where and when he will be doing things. He says, this really hit me in the gut, and I don't know how to deal with it. I'm moving things around for production, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'll follow a schedule they give us today. Anything other than that, I'm not doing it.
That's just what I said. Okay, have you ever watched this show? Number one, have you ever been a part of something larger than yourself? Because that's what this is. It's not, oh, we're on Married at First Sight to do whatever production wants us to do, but you are a participant on their show. And so they have schedules, they have things they want to accomplish, they have tasks from the expert visits. It seemed absurd that this is what it boils down to, like being his biggest issue, because it was like, you knew all of this going into this. It wasn't like, oh, you're going to be married, you could do whatever you want to do and we'll just follow you around.
Well, Chad doesn't really strike me as like a huge reality TV fan, specifically like behind the scenes reality.
Very clear.
I'm sure he signed up for this not even being aware of like how much would go into the production and how much in a production like this things change all the time, and it can be frustrating, I'm sure. Aysha, you were part of a reality TV production.
I mean, I wasn't like balancing my real life with it though.
True, very true.
Like that. That's what I did think of that comparison, but I'm like, no, we're at their whim. What else am I going to be doing in Fiji?
Right. Like, sorry, Aysha. Did you want to be staring at that tree for 15 minutes longer? Like, what else you got to do? Okay.
Exactly.
Come over here. Give us your confession about how much you hate Rome, and then you can go back to looking at that tree. Okay. Jeez.
But I'm like, I think it really, like, I was really trying to hang on to every one of his words just to see like what the real issue was. And he's like, I'm having to cancel on clients and explain to my clients what's going on. And that is something you need to consider in doing this. Like, if you have such a busy workload, you have like clients that are dependent on you at, different varying times throughout the day, you have to consider that with being married at first sight and being obligated to the show. So that's what it was. I was blown away.
Well, it just feels like he didn't take that aspect into it in consideration at all, because I'm sure someone like Chad, he's just like, oh yeah, I get married at first sight, get to be coupled up. Sure, he's not thinking about the day-to-day dealing with the production crew, the microphones and all this stuff. He's not even thinking about that probably. So this is really throwing him for a loop. And he says, anything else, we're not going to do it. She says, not we, you. She says, I'm not done. You don't speak for me. Speak on your behalf, not mine. I was like, oh, get it, Belinda, get it.
All this we, I didn't know you spoke French.
And Chad goes, that's not even all of it, right? They're out here creating wedges. And Belinda goes, so you think they put us together just to create a wedge between us? But I'm also like, kinda. I mean, that's kind of what the show does as well. I mean, he's not all the way wrong on that one, but
Cut to Dr. Pierre. All right, let's create some conflict.
Some fights. And so she's like, so you think they're creating a wedge between us? He says, no, I mean, not for us. I'm not talking about us. He said, for Jalen and Josh. I've been talking to Josh over text, and he's telling me that there's some things that are happening with them that is because of production. And Jen's like, huh, that's interesting. I haven't heard that from either of them. This is Jalen and Josh were the wrong couple to do this with. You could have done this with anyone else. Derek and Megan, Pat and Rhonda, Will and Brittany. Why would you do this with the couple that has this woman's daughter in the couple? You don't think she's gonna fact check this immediately? She's like, I haven't heard anything about that from them. Like, I can actually ask them if that's the issue. He's like, go ahead. In his mind, he's like, oh damn.
Do it. I'll come with you.
Go for it. Yeah. Yeah. Chad says, listen, I don't want this to be a battle between us. I love you, but I don't give a beep about this show. And production's like, okay.
And this is where what I wanted to ask him. Okay, do you like? I know she stated we wouldn't have met unless it was for the show, like reiterating what Jalen said. But it's like, how do you feel about that? Do you recognize that? Like, make him respond to that, because like, are you getting what you're saying? Like, you don't care about the show, but it's the whole reason we got together.
I mean, yeah, but Chad's like, all right, we're together now. Like, done. Like, what else is there to do? I gotta talk to these people again, these experts. I'm sure anytime he talks about the experts, he does the air quotes. Experts.
Like, literally, Married at First Sight is an experiment. It's not just a one and done. Once you're married, you're good.
He don't care. He's like, I got my wife. We good. We're out.
Good Lord.
Like, no, Chad. There's 8 more weeks of this. He's like, what? What do you mean?
What?
Like, huh? What do you mean I have to stay in another apartment? What? Like, he just didn't know. He's just like, unaware. He's like, all right, got my wife, ready to go.
His kids signed him up, and then he just all right. Does seem like the type of person. Just tell me where I need to be. Just tell me where I need to be. I'll be there.
No, not quite. Not quite. So that seems he says I'm done with this, but I'm not done with you. So sounded mildly threatening, but okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Wait, so I'm stuck.
Oh joy. The next scene we get is Melinda visiting Jalen at her apartment. She tells Jalen about the dinner and Pat's issues with production. And she says, yeah. And he also said that Josh told him that he's putting a wedge between you guys. Jalen says, no. I mean, they texted, yes, but they only texted about going out to archery country. That's it. Belinda's like, oh, he's taking Josh there? I thought that was our place.
Right. Thought it was supposed to be romantic.
Yeah, so Belinda's like, huh, wow, that's so, like, why would he make up this unnecessary lie? Why not just be honest? Jalen's like, right? Tell me about it. Like, like you would think Chad and Josh are father and son, the way they doing the same things.
All these unnecessary lies.
You know, in confessional, Belinda talks about coming in this with full trust, and now she's just kind of questioning things because of this like ridiculous, unnecessary lie. She loves the person that he has shown her, but there is that other side when he gets like little upset. So it's kind of a turnoff for her. So Belinda then tells us after their little talk at the sushi place, he slept at his house, and they haven't really talked at all since then. So they call an expert.
Yes. Well, real quick.
Yeah.
Her saying that was a turnoff is a big deal, because when you get the ick, it's really hard to turn back from that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like, oh, like he has pushed it to the point where she is like, it's a character defining trait of him. That. Whereas before it was like, okay, that was a one-off. He got annoyed at dinner or whatever, like them interrupting. But now it's become this consistent thing where she's just like, okay, what other type of situations do you act like this in?
Well, and it's like, yeah, you say that you're just mad at production right now. It's all production. But how am I to know that this is never going to happen with me?
Yeah. Now I know you're capable of this.
Yeah, that you're not going to get this like upset, start cussing at me and all this stuff. Like, it's production today, but I can do something when production's gone and you be this like ornery and upset. So
right. Because that's the biggest issue. He's showing he's capable of this quality where she's like, she looks at herself and she's like, in no circumstance are you seeing me act this way. Like, I don't care if it's a stranger walking down the street that tripped me. Like, I'm not going to be going off on them. So I don't know. It's she has the ick.
Yeah, for sure. So they call an expert. I said, okay. Well, they said who the expert was, but like, okay, like, it's getting ridiculous now. Where is Dr. Pepper? Where is this woman?
Not in Austin.
Is she still a part of the show? Did we see her at Decision Day? Like,
that's a great question. I thought I did.
Like, if y'all come and tell me, hey, Dr. Pepper has some stuff going on during this season and she just could not be a part of it, fine.
That's
great.
one thing.
But if you just like not showing up or whatever the case is, I'm like, dang, what's going on, Dr. Pepper? What's going on?
I'm just convinced she's not in Austin at this point. Like, she had 2 flights, one for the beginning, one for Decision Day.
And the matchmaker probably wasn't even like in Austin.
Yeah.
Like, y'all fly to me and we'll do it in my town. Okay.
Exactly.
Y'all can fly to Austin if you like.
Yeah. I think it would be cool if the experts were actually at the weddings. Like,
yeah, they should be everywhere.
Like, not all 3, but like if
3.
one was assigned to go to each wedding, they could at least get be more hands-on, you know?
And then one can be at the honeymoon.
Yeah.
With honeymoon issues.
Yeah. Pastor Cal.
Yeah, Pastor Cal. And it's interesting because Pia is called here. And it's like, also the roles have been very like blurred. Because Pia is supposed to be our intimacy, huh?
She's the one-stop shop now.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the intimacy coach, the person that deals with all the intimacy stuff. But now everyone is just dealing with everything now.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Cal is supposed to be like the spiritual person. We don't talk no spiritual stuff with Pastor Cal.
He dabbles in intimacy.
Yeah, he does. Do more than dabble, Aysha. Do more than dabble. Okay, Dirty Pastor Cal does more than dabble. But yeah, so Pia and Cal are just taking over everything because they call Pia and say, hey, like, so this is a situation. We got some issue with production. Chess says, well, it's just everything just bubbled over. He says, I noticed if we're in a more natural situation, things will be better. But he's not used to this like production schedule and all this stuff. Pia says, well, Pia sounds just like a customer service person.
Yeah.
It's like, so Chad, I hear you telling me that you're upset with your production schedule. And I want to assure you that no one in production is trying to be disrespectful of your schedule.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of moving parts with their production.
Yeah. Please hold.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be with you in a matter of minutes. Right. And Belinda comes off the top rope and it's like, well, that's not it. That's not even the only thing. He lied about it, saying there was a Josh and Jalen wedge, and there ain't no Josh and Jalen wedge. He's lying. Chad says, I'm telling the truth. I'm saying, I'm telling the truth. But you already. Here's how you know he was lying. It's like, but you already have it in your mind that I lied to you, so there's no point in arguing it.
Yeah, then I'm a liar.
Yeah, yeah. So, but it's something that's easily provable. Chad, you could just pull up your phone and show me these texts. He's like, I mean, there's no point. There's no point. You already think I'm lying. So what's even the point? Like, oh, so you definitely lied.
There's this thing that like, so actually I was texting my cousin and
we were talking about some Chinese food. She took a picture of it.
Showed it to me. Up.
Yeah, it's gonna eat it up,
And I said, that looks so good. I could just eat it up. And then
you know what? Me and Josh, we were talking about potato wedges. That's what it was.
Right.
He got some potato wedges from KFC and just some lines of communication got crossed.
Look, I'm 54. My eyes are going out. Okay. I glanced down at my phone.
I might be having
my wedge. That's that production.
I might be having some early onset dementia. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's my bad though. That's my bad. But no, he's like, you already got your mind that I'm lying, so that's just it. That's it.
Like, oh, Chad, that's not helping your case.
Pia then goes, well, it feels like this might be a difference of perspective, and not that he lied to you. I'm like, what? What do you mean? A difference of perspective? This is not a perspective issue. This is a
this is a fact
issue.
Did they talk about it or not?
Yeah. Did you get a text about a wedge or not? Like
Yeah.
that's not a perspective thing. That is a provable fact. Pia lost me on this one. She
I
lost
know.
me.
I can confirm. I did look and check. Dr. Pepper is at Decision Day. She's wearing a pink blazer. She's sitting on the end. Dr. Pia is in the middle.
I just want someone to walk in Decision Day and be like, who's this?
She looking like, what's her name again?
Can you tell me some of their issues?
Right. Will and Brianna? Oh, Brittany. Okay.
Now this one's Pat and this one's Chad. Which old man is this? Oh, this is Chad. Okay. All right. Got it. Like,
oh
bro,
my God.
I just want to be like, Dr. Pepper, I don't know why you're talking to me. We haven't seen you all season. Where you been?
I'd also like to note that Pastor Cal is wearing a pink tie, so they color coordinated.
Pia made them all wear pink.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Shout out to my sore.
On the phone with Pia, they're still talking, and Belinda says, he keeps saying things are gonna be different when the cameras go away. But if he lied about this text, how do I know he's not lying about things being different? I was like, all right, we're going pretty far with this lie thing now. She goes, before this, I was a yes on Decision Day, but now I might be not a yes.
Not a yes. She could have said no.
I was like, she didn't want to go so far as to say no.
That's a little harsh.
Yeah, I was going to go not a yes. So would you say maybe? Oh, she says she just doesn't want to be lied to. Pia asks if they can both agree to be honest and direct with one another. They both say yes. She says, is this experience with Chad worth the risk of believing him, Belinda? Belinda says she doesn't know. She's putting herself aside to make him comfortable. And she doesn't have the intimacy with him that she wishes they did, because she brings up the unwinding thing again. She says his wind down is to drink, and that helps him sleep. I was like, oh, we're getting deep now.
Are we in Anton territory?
Yeah. And she says, for me, I'm just unwinding on my bed on the phone. He has to drink to unwind. Chad then brings up, well, I mean, the dog is always hogging the bed. He says he's trying.
And another thing.
Oh, you started Asia now.
The way he has a name.
Oh, the dog.
The dog just sounds so aggressive and so like, get it out of here.
That dang dog.
Right? Like, well, probably because we have too many, but we don't be referring to Pepper Cinnamon until he is, the dog. It's just like.
Is Mowgli the cat?
No. We call him Mr. Muggs.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Mr. Mowgli. He gets a name. Not just, the cat. Oh, the cat was next to me when I was podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
But the dog just sounds like, okay, when you say it like that, that's how I feel you view him.
That stupid dog. That damn dog.
Goodness.
So yeah, she basically calling him out about the whole drinking to unwind thing. He's like, well, he says, I'm trying to protect your feelings by not telling you to kick the dog out. Pia interjects again. She says,
you love that dog.
You love that dog. Pia says, listen, marriage is hard ass work. Like, all right. She really needs to punctuate. She's like, we're on Peacock now. I can curse. I can say ass.
She said, what can I throw in today?
I really want to add some punch to this conversation.
You're like, you could say F word. Oh, no.
Ooh, that's too much. That's too much. Rhonda's like, it's not. I say it all the time. Pia asks them if they're both willing to work at this. They both say yes. But Belinda says, it feels like we took a step back. It's going to take some time to repair this. Pia says, well, if you have any issues or questions, you can just write them down. You can call me anytime. I was like, okay. Pia's like, but right now, I have a hair appointment, so I got to go. If you have any other things, just write them down. We'll get to them later.
Yeah, she like for her advice to just be like, well, just keep having these conversations.
But the
Like,
conversations,
wait,
the conversations are the issue in the first place. We
yeah,
can't have the conversations. We need you to help us with the conversations. She's like,
because she stopped them from talking about these things when they were like, she's like, oh, I feel like this is going nowhere. When they were like going back and forth, and was like, no, I felt like that was a needed conversation.
yeah, and it feels like sometimes conversations have to go nowhere before they get somewhere.
Yeah.
In my mind. But yeah, so they got on the phone with Pia. Chad says he got to take a walk. In a confessional, he's learned that he can't be the only one to make a marriage work. They both have to work at it if they're going to have a chance at this.
Did you notice when he took his walk, he didn't take Lovey?
Didn't take Lovey. It's like, I'm taking that damn dog nowhere. Belinda has decided to go to her house to give them some time apart to think about things. We then come back, and Belinda is on her way to Chad's. They talked last night. They both want this to work. So she's going to go to his house to chill. Man, we are seeing so many people's houses. Like,
yeah.
Y'all never stay in your apartment, huh?
At this point, what is it? 3 out of the 5 have moved out.
For real. So we get things started. Chad is coming to this like, you know what? I'm just gonna swallow it. We're gonna bear it. He says, listen, I know my behavior wasn't appropriate. He says, but I was like, uh-oh, here goes the but. I was kind of surprised about some of the other things that were brought up. I was like, oh. They talk a little bit about the dog. She says, the dog just now I got lost at this. Chad's like, the dog is barking all the time. She's like, the dog does not bark all day long. I was like, this is what we're complaining about? The dog barking? This is what we're arguing about now?
Here's what it boiled down to. He was trying to say the dog barked all the time. She's like, you can't, how do you know that? You're gone. He's like, well, when I walk up, he's barking. Yeah, because you're walking up and he knows you're coming. So he's excited. He's like, well, when I open the garage. And I was like, well, when are they at a garage? But I guess maybe if they're at his, I don't know. But she's like, yeah, because he hears you coming. Like, you can't you hear him barking when you're approaching the residence.
It's like, oh, Chad, that's the problem. You don't know what a dog is.
Right. Like, he's like, he literally sleeps all day because he's trying to say it's like embarrassing for neighbors to have the dog barking all the time. And it's like, well, he doesn't though.
Yeah. This is a weird argument to get into. So Chad starts getting pissed. He's like, do you want to work on this or not? She says, I'm willing to work on it. He says, you're willing, but do you want to?
I said, okay, expert Chad.
Yeah. She says, well, if I'm willing, that means I want to. It's like again, these people get into such tangents about things. Like, yeah, what does the word willing mean to you?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, what do we do? And he's like, he doesn't like that she's arguing with him. And she says, well, why is it when I'm saying what I'm feeling that it's arguing, and when you're saying it's what you're feeling, it's not arguing? So they're just like, you know what, we're not gonna get anywhere with this. She's like, you're right, you know what, you're right. So she gets up and leaves. He's by himself. He says, you know, he loves her, but he doesn't like this type of stuff. They just can't have a rational conversation right now. I was like, oh,
she had a valid point.
Oh, for sure.
Just because because it's like, just because I'm responding to you, you think we're having an argument? I'm like, you're saying how you felt. I'm responding, and now it's an argument. What?
You know what? Get Chad and Rhonda. Just get them out of here. Get Belinda and Pat together. Like that. I think that's just what we have to do.
That would be a sweet couple.
Yeah, we can't do Chad and Rhonda because that would be way too much. That would just be someone.
But is Pat too much of Belinda Senior? Like, he's 20 years older than her. Well, no, he's not 67, but maybe like 15 years.
He's not what, Aysha?
Oh God,
he's not what?
Is this coming up every podcast?
He's not what? He's not 6, 7. Hey, you walked into it.
How is this coming up every time?
It's not every podcast. It only happened one other time.
Every single one.
All right, hyperbole.
No, I'm seeing it in basketball games now too. Like, especially because
it's everywhere.
Like if a team scores 67 points, the crowd goes wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
uh, football last Sunday. It was the Washington Commanders game, and the announcers interviewed Donald Trump. In the interview, one of the announcers kept referencing 6'7". Every time something with 6 or 7 would come up, he said it's like 6'7". I said, I don't know if this was
During the interview.
during the interview. I'm not sure if he was trying to troll the president or what was going on, but I was like, this is just bizarre.
Oh, that's kind of wild.
I mean, it was already a bizarre situation in the first place. If you
Yeah.
saw the moment I'm talking about, you get it. It was bizarre, but that made it even more bizarre.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, back to Belinda and Chad. So yeah, Belinda leaves Chad's house in a huff. We get a diary cam from her saying they're going to try again. They had another conversation on the phone, and they're going to try again today. They're actually back in the apartment. It seems like he had some work he was doing because he had a tablet. We also find out that Pia is on the way for an in-person meeting this time.
I said, good. You do need to see their faces.
Yeah, it would help. They tell Dr. P about the meeting they had the day before. Belinda says it just feels like he wants to kind of control everything. And Pia says, okay. She asks Chad, so Chad, how is it you usually manage stress? Chad says, well, I go to the ranch. I go to the gym. I go outside. Just different stuff. So Pia says, well, so it sounds like you can't really do that stuff right now, huh? He's like, yeah, with everything going on, I just don't have time for it. I don't have time. And
did you notice that she was matching them?
Yeah, they all had pink on.
Yeah.
So Pia,
see how I haven't gotten colors wrong? Well, it's mainly because I'm watching the episodes on my laptop. Yeah, but I was about to say,
you still haven't got the new TV, have you?
I do. Yeah, no, I have the new TV. Yeah, I have the new TV.
Color levels right?
Yeah, they're great. They're vibrant. Okay. If I watch the episodes on my TV, it's because I try to speed it up a little bit. That I watch it on my laptop, but if I watched it on my TV, the colors would be correct.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Pia says, so Chad, what can we do for you to kind of help you cope? He says, well, I just need somebody to understand me. That's just what I need. And Belinda says, She says, I have been trying to do that. Okay. I've been trying to make sure you're feeling okay. And I feel like I'm walking on eggshells trying to do that. And, she's trying not to make him upset. She's doing all this to make sure he doesn't get upset. And Pia says, it sounds like he really just tried to avoid conflict in this. Belinda says, yeah, she's seen so much conflict. So, so much she does is trying to avoid it. And Pia says, well, tell Chad a little bit about why you want to avoid conflict so much. And Belinda tells Chad about her ex and how, they would argue all the time and he would shout and they would argue and shout in front of the kids. So she's really tried to make this really, really positive space all around her due to the trauma of that. She tries to avoid conflict at any cost.
Did you notice Chad's ear getting increasingly red? Like at first it was one line behind his ear. It was red at the beginning of their meeting. Then by the end of the meeting, it was this much red on his head. And
I didn't notice.
You didn't?
I didn't.
I was he is so stressed right now.
Yeah, he really is. He's like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's also a little embarrassed as well. Because Chad is the type of person that's great with admitting fault or admitting there's a problem. And so Belinda's kind of telling him all this past trauma, and Pia says, yeah, you're using your past trauma and your anxiety from that, and you're trying to at all costs avoid any conflict. So when any conflict arises, you run away. That's what you do. Mm-hmm. So, and Pia tells her, listen, there is going to be conflict in your marriage. That is unavoidable. It's going to happen. But you and Chad have to get together and figure out how you're going to navigate that. She tells her, be aware that Chad is not your past. Give him some grace. And Pia, Pepper may not be here, but Pia has her mannerisms down pat. She says, listen, y'all don't want to be alone or single, right? You're married. Be committed to being a married couple. You don't want to be
better than this.
She said, you don't want to be alone and single, right? I was like, oh my gosh.
Boo.
So desperate. And Belinda's like, yeah, but I love my bubble. And she says, yeah, but your bubble doesn't have Pat in it. She says, you both deserve love and care. And you just need to figure out what that looks like for
Bad. You said bad.
No, I didn't say. I didn't say. I didn't say anything.
You
Oh,
said
I said Pat.
Yeah, you said your bubble doesn't have Pat in
See,
it.
I'm always confusing these two guys. Pat. Anyway, yeah, and
That's a
that
good.
was
No, that's a what a Freudian slip. Like you want them together, her and
yeah,
Pat.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it for for Chad and Rhonda.
Yeah. So
You didn't even catch it that time. I said Chad and Rhonda. You didn't catch it.
I didn't.
Chad and Belinda. That's it for them. Yeah, what's our prognosis looking like for these
Yeah, our
two?
final rating before we
Yeah.
get to decision. Well, before decision day, and it's not that we'll have much more because I mean, they're dropping both right next week?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Last week we're getting
So this
decision day
is
and reunion.
okay. So here's my thing. They both keep seeming willingly to resolve things. Like I do think that this could be like a sharp divide if it were anyone else, but because literally everyone on the season is so committed, or most people on this season are so committed. It seems like they are going to try to make it work. But I'm like not 100% sold. So I mean, but I think I'm gonna say a 4.
Yeah. So for decision day, I think they're going to say yes. Let's start with that because it feels like they're going to say yes to more time, right?
Yeah.
Because they're having their first conflict. They're having their first conflict right at decision day. So
I'm gonna revise mine.
Mm-hmm. So for overall, like for the going to reunion, I'll say a 3.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go down to a 2 because I that's what I was thinking. I was short-sighted on decision day. And then I thinking now the reunion, I feel like something's gonna happen to remind her of this period and be like, you said things would be better. And for her, what I resonate with so much with her saying, she has found her peaceful place and like that's where she wants to be because she like had so much time of like all this like toxic relationship. And it's like once you're so happy in life, you're like very particular about who you invite in your space.
Yes.
And so I could imagine if things do get better, they could stay together. But I just worry about the fact that he is capable of this type of behavior, and will that show itself in other ways, like service workers or like
yeah,
anything else.
I think for him, he's all about this is a unique thing. Like this isn't going to happen when the cameras are gone. Like
Yeah.
what could happen after the cameras leave? Like
What can happen after the camera leaves is now we're on a television show and people like like now we are former we're maths alum. What happens when people see us and like or they want to come up and take a picture and you don't feel like taking a picture, like someone took a picture with Justin and they put that in our
Facebook group.
Group.
Yeah, so yeah, that's for sure. That's for real. And it'll have to be another like, well, I mean, once the show dies down,
yeah.
and people stop coming up to us, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And it'll be something else. Like he just thinks that when the cameras go away, they're gonna live their nice, quiet, happy lives. There'll be no conflict, and it'll be done and over, which is not true. Like there's gonna be things that happen. Things happen to everyone that creates conflict. And so, is this how he's going to handle that conflict? Is what Belinda is scared of.
Yeah, and she has to be thinking like, oh, like I am his fourth marriage. Like, is this why? Like, has she been in the back of her mind searching for that reason why?
And it really does feel like the bud fell off the rose this week because it feels like they have been just not diving too deep into anything because as Belinda said, she's trying to walk on eggshells and not like do anything. He's talking about protecting her feelings by not asking her to get rid of that damn dog. So it just feels like they're getting along to get along at this point because they haven't dug deeper because they're scared to dig deeper because they don't want to ruin this thing they have.
Yeah. All right. This was a very Belinda Chad heavy drop, which we haven't had a very strong Belinda Chad heavy drop. So it was time for them.
Yeah.
Heading over to a couple who is practically on their baby moon, Megan and Derek. When we finished off on the retreat, they were like, Megan did help Brittany. Like, she went and checked on Brittany. So that was nice to see, like, they have a relationship. They did that whole truth or drink game. The most interesting thing Megan like revealed, like, she was having non-alcoholic wine. But she also said, like, they did this question of, what would you do if you like had your partner's body? And she was like, oh, well, I would want to see if Morningwood is a real thing. He's like, I'm telling you it is. Like, you as yourself, you can see if that's a thing.
He's like, I can show you if you like.
Oh my gosh. And then she also, in order to sleep with someone she's not attracted to, she would need $1 billion.
Wow.
I know. So they go back home to Austin. They are they're like having dinner, and Derek does not get wine because he doesn't want her to feel like she's missing out. They have discussed waiting until 8 weeks, like waiting 8 more weeks to tell people. Like, once they've reached 8 more weeks, then they will start telling people. They hope they have boy-girl twins.
Yeah. Megan's like, let me knock 2 out in one go.
Right.
So I don't have to do this 3 separate times.
Exactly. They were like, yeah, what? We made it through the retreat and no one knew. And
got him.
Yeah. And she's like, I feel like I'm already showing.
It's like, well, I don't think people thought you would be having unprotected sex with your husband you just met a month ago. Right. So I think they'd all be surprised to know you were pregnant.
Right. So they're basically having to realize what they need to start preparing for. In the confessional, he says they need to figure out their living situation, finances. He's not a big fan of the whole gender reveal thing. And his biggest priority is just making sure that her and the baby are not stressed. They want to practice. They want to practice for having 3 kids. So they babysit Nate and Rachel, who I think Rachel is Megan's friend.
Nate is her best friend.
Nate is her best friend.
Yes.
Okay, so Nate and his wife's 3 boys, they're babysitting them, which at first I thought they were at Nate and Rachel's house, but no. They are at Megan's house.
Her palatial estate.
Yes, this huge house, this huge yard, and they're babysitting these 3 boys, and they have them busy. They're running around, they're throwing stuff in the backyard. It's a lot of work.
And this is the starter pack for the successful couple that wants kids. Because we saw this with Stephen Noy in that one. He's like, we're doing so well. We're thinking about kids. Let's see what having kids is like. We'll spend 2 hours with kids, and that's what having kids is like. It's like, no, that's what having kids in fun moments is like,
Right.
Also, why are we playing this death trap of a yard? Like,
it's this huge hill.
It's on a slope. It's like one wrong move and you're tumbling down this like.
Right. I'm more worried about Derek than the kids. They'll just roll and laugh it off.
Yeah. Derek's old. He gonna bust a hip.
Right. And so they have their work cut out for them, and the parents finally come back. They're like, yeah, we got to work out in. The kids want to stay. They had so much fun terrorizing Megan's house. I swear the door is not even closed yet, and she is spraying down the seats and wiping all their little fingerprints off.
Welcome to parenthood. It's going to be messy.
She's like, boys are sticky.
It reminds me of Stasha. When Stasha was Stasha and Nate, when she was just like, well, we'll just tell the kids they can't make a mess. It's like,
right.
Yeah, no. No, but that's not how it goes.
It's just like exactly. Because like it is too, like, boys and girls are 2 different, like, I don't want to say issues, but just like her saying the boys are sticky, like that made me it reminded me of my little brother. I used to always say, like, get your grubby hands off of me. If he like, just like, I vividly remember one of my friends' little brother, one of my friend's son, he was like 2 or 3, and we're at a restaurant, and he takes his little grubby hands on a fry and gives it to me to eat. I could not. I couldn't. I was like, Look how sticky your hands are. I'm not eating that.
Yeah, you never know what those
Sticky
kids
and
are gonna get
wet.
into. It's not. I mean, I've only dealt with a girl, so
Right.
that's all I can. That's all I can really speak to. But girls themselves can be messy and dirty. It's not just boys.
Boys are just
Boys
the
probably
worst.
do get a little dirtier, I'd imagine. But
Boys are like stickier. Like girls are like, okay, maybe stuff all over the place, right? I don't know. I feel like that was a crash course having 3 boys to babysit.
yeah, for sure. They definitely got a crash course in how it would be, because I've seen like all 3 of those boys were close in age,
Yeah.
and that's probably what they want. So they kind of got a crash course in what their life would be like in 8 or so years.
Oof. Yeah. So they invited her parents over for dinner. We're getting to see them again. We've seen them in every drop at this point, except seeing her dad at the wedding. And so her mom makes sure to tell Derek, make sure you're careful with Zoe because she likes to get on top of the couch.
It's like, okay.
It's like, I'm like, yeah, she is little, but this is his first interaction with Zoe. Like Zoe is Megan's. And so they sit her parents down, and Megan's like, okay, we have a surprise for you. She's like, as long as you don't surprise me with a baby on the way.
Well, no, because I think Megan had she told him, well, oh, you guys got an animal? That's what the mom says. She's like,
Yeah.
like if it's not going to be a baby, I guess an animal will do. So mom wanted a baby.
Yeah. It wasn't like I don't want this, but it's just like she did not believe that they would be surprising her with a baby. Yeah. And so they give her this present. She opens it and she's like, is this a prank? It's like, they are pranksters.
Yeah.
And it's the pregnancy test. And she's like, is this real? And the dad is like, is this real? And they're like, yeah, it's real. It's real. And they're like, and her mom goes, I'm excited.
But I'm
very excited.
Yeah, the way you said, is this real? You said there was so much more excitement than they did.
Yeah.
They're just like, is this is for real? This is a real thing?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it is. It's real. And she's like, oh, well, I'm excited. It's like, are you? Like, tell it to your face.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
I think she is excited. It's just that's just how her mom is, I think.
Right. Yeah. She gives very much that.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot to get that any type of like expression out of her. Like her and Will could be great friends.
The copious amounts of Botox, I'm sure, does not help either.
True. She could at least with her voice.
Maybe she got something done to her vocal cords. We don't know. So
we find out that her due date is November 29th to December 3rd.
So we're coming right up on it. Wait.
No, this was filmed last year.
Oh, this is last year. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
So a year. So the baby would be almost 1.
Wow.
Right now. So that does help put things in perspective in terms of timing. He's very excited to start a family. Like he reassures her mom he is ready to start, and she's like, look, your whole life is fixing to change. I love when people say fixing too, because it's like I do, but I don't feel it. I don't know, fixing. I say like finna.
Well, fitna, yeah, fitna. Yeah. Fitna is our thing. Fixing too is theirs. Yeah. Let's just say that.
So we do see them car shopping. She's like, should I get this one? Should I get this one? So it's just like they are prepared. They're in full preparation mode. He's moving. She said he's moving into the house. They're getting the baby room ready. He's building stuff in the garage. She's like, thank God for Derek because he's handling so much. They're cleaning the garage so both their cars can fit in. He is in a full decision day has come and gone for them.
They are speeding into life at this point.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, decision day is different for us than other couples. And he said he's not getting a dad bod. So
he's going to do all the dad things. He just won't get the dad bod.
Except for that.
Yeah, this is fun. They're just like, he's cleaning up, getting things baby ready.
Yeah.
That's good.
And so when they sit down to talk and he's like, so there is more reason for us to stay together, like because of pregnancy. And she's like, well, like, we still have the decision to make. And we get a confessional from her, and she's like, I don't want us to say yes on decision day just because of the pregnancy. Like, co-parenting is a thing. But I think, like, y'all went through a lot before finding out you were pregnant. Like, I think you do really enjoy each other. Y'all dropped the I love yous before finding out you were pregnant. Like,
and I think when you look back on things, I don't like Megan had a rough first few episodes for sure. But I think when you look back on stuff, it's like, I mean, things weren't that bad with them really ever. It feels like they've had a pretty like positive experience for the most part. They had some growing pains for sure.
Yeah.
But they really do feel like a good fit together.
They do. It seems like they found such a good balance that works for both of them.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think this pregnancy is complicating things, because they had already established, like, I've learned how our communication styles work together. We really do enjoy each other. So
yeah, I think they're good together. I think because I mean Derek's just like, yeah, it's a yes. I mean, obviously, I like how he's like, I mean, we'll go through with all the formal,
yeah, we'll go sit in front of the experts and say da 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 da. But
yeah, we'll just sit next to Cal, Pia, and what's her name? Oh, Pepper, the one that never showed up. Yeah, Pepper. And we'll say yes, obviously, and then we'll just move on from there. She's like, slow your roll, Playboy. It's not an automatic yes. You better check yourself. Like,
she's just saying this for show, though. You moved him in,
of course. It felt like she's just trying to be like contrarian. To be like,
you don't got me yet.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know for sure. Like, slow your roll, bro. Like, come on, you don't know.
Like,
let's just see.
She's like, are you done painting or putting together the crib?
Yeah, I do wonder for her. It feels like, is he going to be like not courting me anymore? Like, does this now feel like we're just this old married couple since we're already having this baby? It must feel like, I'm sure they're going to miss like having that time together alone without a baby. It is quite a thing to be married for a month and not be able to spend, because I mean, we get these good couples that stay together and they always talk about wanting to have some time together before they start a family, because they don't they haven't really spent any time even dating each other before adding a baby to the mix. So it's got to feel hard for them to have to add this to their life with that.
Yeah, I hope they do capitalize on that time, understanding that things are going to change for them very quickly. So, it's tough. I mean, it's just a situation they've put themselves in by having unprotected sex. But yeah, they gotta be ready.
Let this be a lesson to all you kids out there.
Right.
Wrap it up.
So that was it for them. What are you thinking? I'm thinking a 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be a 5 because they, whenever the reunion was filmed, who knows? Like, there's just Frank will still be together for sure. Because
I would hope.
I would hope.
Yeah,
would definitely hope.
Crossed.
Yes, so it's a 5, and it's not just because of the baby. Like,
right, it's their chemistry as well.
Yeah, they feel like a good couple. So
yeah,
it's a 5. All right. So up next, from the couple that had so much going on last drop, this drop is just they were barely there. It's not much going on. We do get that game you talked about at the retreat.
Wait, which couple?
Oh, Jalen and Josh. Sorry. Forgot about you audio listeners out there.
Right.
So we do get that game you're talking about, which is interesting because one of the things is like one of the cards they pull is give us your best dirty talk. And Jalen, who's here with her mother, it's like,
yes,
you know what? I think I'm going to refrain from that. I think I'm going to take a drink instead.
Yeah.
That's kind of the game. I do like how, well, I forgot what the question was, but Jalen ends up asking Meg, who do you think has more sexual partners, me or you? And Meg's like, oh, definitely you.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse me? What is that supposed to mean? And Jan's like, oh, okay, great, sure. Awesome.
Megan's like, well, I was celibate for some years.
Yeah. Jan's like, okay, sure, whatever. So yeah, that was the fun at the retreat the night before they leave. They are back home, and they have decided to get both of their friends groups together and do something fun. What was this exactly? Was this like making?
They were painting something, but I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, I don't know, like making jewelry, and they were painting stuff. I was like, what exactly is happening here? So the friends do what the friends do. They ask them, probing questions. They're like, so what do you guys like to do together? Crickets. They're like, ooh, right, together. Things like to do. So basically, they say,
hang out.
We don't really have anything right now. She's like, I like working out. He likes going to festivals. We just gotta figure out what our thing is together. Jalen does wonder in a confessional if they are just too different. I just kind of wonder if y'all are just both so basic. Like, you got nothing but going to the gym and going to music festivals. That's all you got. You can't find anything? Nothing?
I'm like, y'all have hobbies. Come on.
Y'all have something.
Or even, you don't have to have like, we both love to sew. But you could do y'all like going out and trying new restaurants? Do y'all like, going for walks? Like there's such
TV.
Simple, there's simple things.
Like maybe it's just me because me and my wife are TV addicts. But I do feel like TV is such a joiner, such a uniter in my mind, in my world, because it's like you introduce your partner to new things and they introduce you to new things, or some things you'll bond over that you'll like at the same time. I came in like Jalen and Josh actually kind of seem like a couple. Well, she mentioned she watches reality TV shows.
Yeah. Like she strikes me as someone who watched Maths way before she was on Maths.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I could imagine both of them being like just no TV people. Like they just don't watch TV. I can't fathom that. I can't fathom not watching television.
Yeah.
That's so out of my realm. I know people do it, but it's like, how could you? I don't know.
Shout out to Squid Game, the challenge on Netflix. Okay. If you're not watching
Addictive.
you are missing out. It is so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
Just have to do that plug.
I'm kind of like Pat when my faves go on Squid Game the challenge. I'm so done with this effing show. But I'm not. I still keep watching. So basically they go out to eat after that. After we get this whole like thing of like, are we too different?
We did get one quick scene of them doing axe throwing. So okay, that's an activity.
She's unnaturally good at it for some reason. They go out to eat. I guess this is like the last date before decision day. She just tells him she wants to feel assured that they are aligned with what they both want. That's really important to her. And again, I thought we left Burning Man in the last drop, but Burning Man's back.
Burning Man is here to stay.
He's like a horror character. Burning Man's gonna get you. She tells her she's not trying to get him to stop going to Burning Man, but she does want them to find things they can do together. She's worried that he's so into Burning Man that basically he'll find someone else that likes Burning Man that he'll want to get with. So she wants to make sure that they can find things to do together, so he doesn't get tempted by the Burning Man temptresses out there in the desert, I guess.
I can't remember if this was a theory I had on last week's pod or on the Patreon, but like if his ex was someone that enjoyed Burning Man, if that's why that's such an adjustment and they've just like left that out of these conversations.
I would guess that she is, because it's so important to him that I don't imagine just casually dating. It would be like, oh, you're not into Burning Man? Then we're not even going to casually date. Like, it's been such a big deal with his wife that he just met. I can't even imagine having a casual dating situation where she's not willing to go to Burning Man.
Yeah.
He does tell her, music is, a huge part of me, but it's not who I am. He says, but in the moment we were talking about it, it was kind of freaking me out. But also, like, what else are you then? Like, I still don't know Josh outside of he likes to go to Burning Man. That's literally all I know about Josh. Right. Okay. So she says, well, maybe this year you can go to Burning Man by yourself, and then next year we go on a trip together, and do something like that. He says, Jalen, to be honest with you, I thought he was going to tell her, I'm going to go to Burning Man every year without you.
Yeah,
Like,
I
fine.
did too. Yeah.
And he's like, but he switches it up. He says, actually, I've already thought of Burning Man without you, and it just wouldn't be the same. So I'm just not going to go.
He's never even been with her. So how does he have that to compare it to? That's why that it had to be so important in a past relationship. Because why else is he thinking of Burning Man in the context of a relationship?
Oh, right. He has to do it with a significant other to make it feel real.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I just wouldn't know what it would be like without you. You went without her every other time.
She's like, I've never been.
Yeah, that was Ashley, your ex, not me. I was just like, what? What do you mean you're just gonna not go anymore? It was such a big deal last drop, and now you're just gonna, you know what? Not even that important.
It's like, Jason, go. I just thought of going to a cidery without you, and I just can't do it. I can't. I thought about it, and I was like, how have I ever gone without him?
It just wouldn't be the same.
Just wouldn't be the same.
It would literally be the same because we've never gone together.
Exactly. And breaking news, one of the 2 cideries that I love here in Houston is shutting down.
No!
This weekend's the last weekend, so of course I'm going.
Of course.
But naturally, I just can't believe it. They just said, hey, we've had a great time serving Houston the last 10 years, and now we're done.
You're like, you're just going to walk over what do you mean you're just done? You can't just be done without any warning. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Boy.
So that's unfortunate.
I guess the cider industry isn't what it once was. Man.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. They literally made it through COVID. But
they're closing in the fall. I think the fall would be like their time. Like
I know, like they have like hot, like alcoholic cider. Like the mole cider is real popping around these days. And the cider donuts, the other cidery had those all of October, which is great. But now I'll just have the other cidery.
Oh my god. The loss of a legend, let me tell you. So, this was weird. And Jalen also clocks that it's weird. She's like, he's really good at making me feel assured, but these things are easier said than done.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's telling me what I want to hear right now. So at this moment, I'm just saying, okay.
That's what made me nervous. Like, I felt like he was just trying to appease her in the way to like this. If I say this now, look, Burning Man's not tomorrow. Okay. We can revisit this later. Maybe she's going to change her tune after decision day. Maybe this just doesn't have to be an issue heading into decision day.
Yeah. And it's one thing to say, I think what he should have said is, I don't want to be anywhere without you. So
yeah,
Burning Man would be a bummer if you weren't there. So I had to be without you. So I'm not going to do that. But to be like, Burning Man wouldn't be the same without you. It's like, okay, weird.
Yeah.
And it just feels like that weekend of Burning Man or that week of Burning Man, if he doesn't go, is going to be so crazy.
Yeah.
He's going to be depressed. He's going to be bummed. He's going to be just itching to be like, I can feel me supposed to be at Burning Man right now.
Yeah.
He'll be like camping outside of their apartment. Like, I just want to get that feeling of being in nature. I can't be at Burning Man. She's like, you can be at Burning Man. I'm literally telling you to go to Burning Man.
Right. Just imagine he's like, before this dinner, he's like, calls Chad. He's like, hey, I don't know what to do. Like, she still doesn't want to do Burning Man. And that's really important to me. And Chad's like, look, just tell her, just say, I thought about you not being at Burning Man and I just can't do it. He said, oh, that's good.
And hey, bud, can you hang up the phone and text this to me? I need a written record that there's a wedge between you and Jalen. Right. And maybe put something there about production causing this wedge or something like that. Like,
yes.
Can you just help me out there, buddy?
Oh gosh.
Oh man. Like, yeah. So that's pretty much their whole drop.
Yeah.
We get a little moment of them saying goodbye before decision day because everyone has to split up the day before decision day. But let's discuss where we think they're going to be
by the reunion.
Well, let's talk decision day first. What's the decision day decision?
I think they'll say yes on decision day.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a given.
The reunion is where I take pause and like I think it will be easier for them to find things that they both enjoy after this crazy grueling production schedule is done.
Yeah.
So
Once all the wedges are taken out.
right. So that part makes me a little bit more optimistic. So I won't go all the way. I'll just say a 4.
Okay. This really, like, with the whole Friends meeting where they're like, oh yeah, like, what do we do together? It just feels like they have been caught in, well, for the most part, it's not counting their momentary blips. It just feels like they have always been just kind of caught in the frenzy of getting married at first sight. And I think if when they actually stop and think, I don't know if they'll like each other. I don't know if they'll be like, I'm just not really that into you, actually. Like, I thought I was, like, with all the excitement and everything, I thought we were like a match. I'm not really sure if we belong together. So I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna give him a 2.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just not confident.
Yeah.
I think they were the darling couple. Boy, when you think about where we were in drop 1
I know
to where we are now,
a couple weeks
and the
ago,
way things have changed so drastically,
yeah,
I'm just not sure if they're the real deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they could be the golden couple of the season. Could be. I just don't know. I'm just not sure if it's real or if it's just they're telling themselves it's real, and then once they get into the real world, they'll realize, yeah, we're not really that good of a match.
Yeah. All right. Next couple we're going to talk about is Rhonda and Patrick. So we started off because they didn't go to the retreat. They were not there.
They did their own thing.
They did their own thing. So she hasn't heard from her mom about Danny. So we find out that her mom has been married to a guy named Danny for 40 years. And he is in the hospital with pneumonia. So this is where we get our first update on Danny. They're having like a picnic with her grandkids, or there were kids in her family. I don't know specifically they're her grandkids.
I mean, I hope they're her grandkids so she can steal some kids off the street.
Well, no, I know they're in her family, but are they her grandkids? Like, are they her sister's daughters' kids or something?
I think they were her grandkids. I think we safely assume they were her grandkids.
Yeah, and one thing I did notice, which is this, I haven't had many of these this season, but this is my Austin call out.
Well,
they were eating P. Terry's, which is so bomb. Like, it's this like old school diner / drive-through burger stop, basically. And it's just really good burgers, fries, really cheap. Like the menu is so simple, like $4, $3. They have like milkshakes, they have dog treats. They have these like really specific looking buildings. And every time I go to Austin, I get P. Terry's, like without fail. We just got our first P. Terry's in Houston, but it's like 45 minutes away from me. Me and Sarah did say we are going to make the drive to go get it one day.
Aysha Welch, unofficial ambassador of P. Terry's.
Their special sauce is actually really good.
I can't wait till next episode. You're like, guess what, guys? Got a P. Terry's care package.
Somebody clip this and send us to P. Terry's headquarters. I love P. Terry's. Literally, I went to Austin on a work trip for like a career fair. We literally, like, that's when you're on the company's dime. Like, you can go anywhere and just put it on the corporate card. We went to P. Terry's. Our meals were like $9 each.
The company was like, yes.
Right? They're like, did y'all eat dinner? We know you got a snack, but anyway. So she said the family gathering was crazy, but she did want to bring up the really big thing that he did, which was buy tickets to a concert that like his mom is going to too, right?
I thought like the mom might be like performing in the concert the way she was talking. She's like your mom's thing of like.
I think it's her mom wants to. His mom wants to go because doesn't he take care of his mom?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
Yeah, he
take
lives
care
with
of is
her.
a relative term.
Yeah. And
I
she
mean,
was
yeah.
like, he was like, well, I didn't coordinate that well. And she's like, coordinate versus invite. Bro, you are not
Oh,
his friend that lives down the
stop,
street.
bro. Stop,
Why does he have
stop,
to invite
stop.
his wife
Why,
somewhere?
like, why does everything have to be a teaching lesson?
Everything is a thing.
Yeah, like, why are you correcting this man's grammar? Like, correcting his word usage? It was so annoying. She's like, I
Coordinate.
think you mean invite, not coordinate.
Right.
Uh,
He does not have to invite his wife somewhere. Like this is
and
y'all are a we.
and she's taking this and spinning it to something it's not. Like, if you don't want to go, just be like, I don't want to go, and
Yeah,
either
yeah, yeah.
I'll refund the ticket or I'll just eat the cost of the ticket. Not that big of a deal. And she's made this whole thing like, you need to invite me, not just assume that I am coming, which is like, kind of, yeah, but you're also like my wife, so I just kind of thought like I'd get the ticket and you'd
We
probably
can
go with
go, and
me.
if you're free, we can go, and if not, I'll make other plans.
This is another one of those like, Rhonda should not have gotten married, because
Yeah.
Rhonda's like, who are you to be like saying I'm gonna go somewhere, like,
Yeah.
because you're my wife. I just thought, which, yes, should Pat have been like, hey, want to go to this thing? In a perfect
Right.
world, sure, but he just bought the ticket. I don't think it would have been a big deal. She's just like, I don't want to go, or I can't go. He'd be like, all right, cool. Pat's
Yeah.
easy going, but she made this to a whole big thing when it didn't need to be.
Yeah. I just like my I caught myself saying we. They're a we, even though I said Chad shouldn't be calling them a we, but that's when he's acting up.
That's only reserved when he's acting a fool.
Right. And so anyway, she says like, oh, like when she tried to bring up the calendar, he just walked away mid conversation, and she's kind of like, why the F am I even talking? And she just feels like he doesn't care about Rhonda the person. And he's like, look, I'm trying to navigate being myself. I feel like you're zeroing in on all the times that I'm not doing something rather than like what the times that I am listening and I am hearing you and understanding. Like I try to be so present for the most part, but you're focusing on what just when I'm not. And she's like, well, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, I think he's right. He's like, 'cause I assume there's a lot of times where he's be able to listen, he's able to
Yeah.
be present, he's probably learned a lot to be like, don't talk about yourself, don't talk about yourself, talk about
Yeah.
yourself, always talk about her, only talk about her. So, and yeah, she is really just kind of like honing in on those times when he maybe isn't perfect
Yeah.
at hearing what she said, or asking follow-up questions when she probably already said what his follow-up question was about. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just being human. That's
Yeah.
being like, we're not going to always get it every time.
Exactly. So we meet Patrick's friend Adrian. Okay. Patrick is like, hey, just so you know, Rhonda's gonna join us shortly. They're like at a restaurant. And he's like, in a confessional, he's like, Adrian is like my sage. I was like, Survivor 49? He's like, I really hope that Adrian can pull me out of this headspace. He's like, Adrian was like, look, I see you just need to feel safe and secure. Like that's basically what I'm getting from you. Rhonda arrives. She's one of those where you would say she was all eyes went to her when she walks in a room because she makes her presence known. She's like, hey
For sure.
everybody, where do I sit? Where do I I want some of those. She was like, came in there.
Rhonda has arrived.
Right. Exactly. It's so which it's like it's funny knowing too that like when she arrived, she probably had to get mic'd up.
Mhm.
And
She's probably been there for 30 minutes already.
right. Exactly. So we find out that her stepdad is in the hospital is sedated. So that's our next update. And so Patrick asked her, like, oh, how has that been for you this week emotionally? I said, okay, Patrick. That's
That's
exactly
right.
what she wants. You
Make it
just
about
heard her.
her.
Yep, exactly. She's like, well, I've been pretty distracted with things. So, like, it's been okay. And then Rhonda brings up, because Adrian's like asking questions about like how it's going, and Rhonda brings up, well, we've had some communication challenges in multiple scenarios. And I feel like she's like, I feel like Pat sees my directness as anger. And Adrian's like, or disappointment. He's like trying, he's coming from like he's obviously Patrick's friend.
Yeah.
But he's coming into this conversation like, hey, I want her to feel okay to open up with me. Like I'm a neutral ground.
And listen,
okay?
Adrian had me here. Adrian, I was about to be on here. We're like, Adrian, new Married First Sight expert, get him on the panel.
Right. And so when she's saying this about how like Pat shuts down, Adrian's like, oh, I can totally see that. Like I agree with you. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, what? Excuse me?
Patrick's like, he should have said, okay, we need to talk about that later, because what are you talking about? And so she said, she also brings up the point of her when she's feeling really vulnerable, and he just says something like completely different. And then Adrian goes, okay, Pat, that's stupid behavior, and you need to fix that.
Sir, who are you here for? Whose side are you on? Like, I'd be like, Adrian, can I talk to you for a minute?
Right. Can I pull you for a chat?
Yeah, let's come over here and talk for a minute. Bro,
so
you're supposed to be here for me, not for her.
Right.
Like, get it together.
And I think I don't think he did this as like oh, now he's on Rhonda's side, not Patrick, right? I feel like he did this because it seemed so simple. Like, obviously, you're not in his shoes, right? You're not emotionally connected to the situation. So from the outside looking in, Adrian's like, oh, that's easy. Like, she's being vulnerable. She wants you to listen to her and ask her more about that vulnerable moment. It's like, oh, like easy to fix.
Yeah, he's getting it secondhand. He's not like, I'd imagine if he's watching the show and sees the interactions. Like, I hope he texts Pat like, bro, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize like what it was.
Exactly.
Or Adrian saw Rhonda come in. And all of her Rhonda-ness.
No.
Adrian's like, ooh. Look at Rhonda. What's up, girl? And he's like, yeah, get rid of this loser, Pat. Coming over with me. So he's like trying to stir some stuff up. He's like, Rhonda, I totally get you. I understand where you're coming from. I hear you. Patrick might not hear you, but I hear you. Adrian
that would be
hears
absurd.
You. Hey.
But I do think that, obviously he doesn't understand what Patrick is going through in terms of feeling like he can't be himself. And it's this whole layered thing where Patrick is trying and Rhonda is caught. Like, he should have said, but she was doing that while I was driving.
I was distracted.
Yeah. So, and so this triggers Rhonda to get up, go by the restroom. She didn't even go in the restroom. She's crying. The producer's like, what happened? She's like crying because she says she's like, Adrian got it just like that. And like Patrick still doesn't get it.
Like, because Adrian's not living it with you.
Exactly.
Like, that's why he can get it like that. Because you're especially how Rhonda's explaining it. It's like,
it's so simple.
Yeah, exactly. And for Patrick to like bare his soul to Adrian and be like, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells and all this. I'm not feeling heard or whatever. And for Rhonda to come in and Adrian be like, oh, it's you. You're the problem, Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick must be like, for real?
Right.
Damn.
So yeah. So she goes back to the table. She's like, sorry about that. And Adrian's like, do you want to talk about it or do you just want to walk past it? I was like, this man is married because he knows how he has to be married. I didn't check his
therapy
hand.
Or something. Yeah.
he's navigating this stuff all too well. And so basically Rhonda just is like, she feels like he doesn't care. And Patrick says she thinks that he doesn't like give a beep about her, which is not true. He just feels like he's being held to a standard that he can't achieve. And he's lost himself in the past. He doesn't want to do that again because he's been walking on eggshells and feeling like he can't ever be enough. And Adrian's like, you can. Every day is an opportunity to be yourself.
Adrian really is like a guru. He's like a new age like life coach or something.
Patrick's like, you're right. And so they're eating lunch.
I do want to bring up a moment. Rhonda at the end of this is like, I give you permission to be
Oh yeah.
yourself.
The way I like just was like, I didn't even write it down because in that moment I said, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, I give you permission to be who you are,
She
Patrick.
patted on his chest.
Yeah, like get who you are. It's like, when he tries to be who he is, you belittle him.
You say, "What about me?"
Yeah, you make it about you.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? Be yourself. He's tried, and he's explaining to you that when he is yourself, you don't take it well.
Exactly.
Did you miss the conversation?
So, yes. They went to lunch and she is just wondering why he feels like he can't be himself around her. She's like, it's not just you. She's like, oh well, that's good to know. And so we get this background about him having like an Air Force poster family, and like he went into the Air Force to make his dad proud, and so he put a lot of pressure on himself to be like the best dad, the best husband, the best son. And so he's felt like he's always felt that, right, growing up. And then in this, he's felt a lot of pain in this experience. And like there's been good times, but there's been times he's had to go into like protect mode. She's like, do you feel like you're being yourself right now? And he's like, yeah, I feel like I'm being myself right now. She's like, yeah, I think so too. She's like, well, here, I have a question. And you don't have to have an answer. But do you think you can work in parallel in like working on us and still being your authentic self all the time? He's like, well, that's a complex question.
This was too high level for me. It was
Yeah.
like, what does being yourself exactly mean? Like, what is the difference? What exactly about this is you not being yourself, Patrick?
Yeah.
I'd like to know more about that, because like I'm not really feeling what he's saying in this moment.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, and it felt like it didn't have to be a complex question. Just like, can you be yourself and still be in this relationship and prioritize us?
Which, like, but would you let me be myself without like being upset, like without questioning me? As far as we know, like this is their one big issue.
Yeah.
Is how he responds, how he doesn't pay attention. And there've been all these armchair psychiatrists diagnosing Pat with many different things. But like, I don't know. Rhonda has to get to a point where she just understands this is just kind of how Pat is, and deal with it or don't deal with it.
Exactly.
At this point.
So, we get an update from Rhonda about her stepdad that he did pass away last night. They're going to be going to the funeral home to make arrangements, and she's just showing us like their picture. And they were married for 41 years. So just wild that all of this is happening like right now during this married at first sight experience. So RIP to Danny.
Yep.
It is one day into decision day. She's like, it's been so hard today. It's really hard to focus like on this relationship with that happening. And they are staying apart tonight, as they always do. And she's like, look, Pat, just stay your authentic self. He's like, I'll make every effort to honor you and be present for you. She says, sweet. They kiss. And she's the one that leaves, which is funny because in all other situations, the guy is the one that left. In this situation, she said, I'm going home.
I'm going to my house where I love to be.
Exactly. Where I've been staying actually this whole experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these two, I think even if they push through and happen to say yes on decision day, I don't think they'll be together by the reunion.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to go with 2.
I'm going to give them a 1.
Oh, okay.
So it just feels like it's DOA.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were so positive in that first drop. Like, we were applauding Rhonda for sharing her feelings about him and like not paying attention to her. Like, we were like, you go, Rhonda, you go. And now I was like, Rhonda, no, like, stop. So very different than when we first started here.
Yeah.
Let's tackle our last and most interesting and explosive couple of this drop. Will and Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going so well to the last second.
Right.
So we left left off last drop with Brittany in the bathroom freaking out because she just doesn't feel like he thinks she is his person.
Yeah.
I think I got that right. You know, Megan leaves her and like goes back out there to the table, and Megan and Jalen are like, "Hey, Will, so like you should probably go check on her." And Will is like, basically like, "Oh, fine, if I have to." He trudges over to the door. He's like, "We open the door, please." Not like, "Hey, Brittany, can you open the door?" He's like, "Can you open the door?" He is so annoyed.
He literally should have just stomped.
Yeah.
That's how annoyed he
fine,
acted.
God. He gets in there and she's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. He apologizes for his actions. Like, again, not very convincingly. He's like, I apologize, make you feel the way that you feel. He does tell her he wants to be there for her. He wants to be there with her. In confessional, he says he knows it's difficult to keep talking about the same things over and over again, but he does want her to know that he is committed. She does appreciate him recognizing her emotions, and he does coax her out of the bathroom, and that's when all the games start. And she's just like, I really don't feel like playing games right now. Like, but I'm gonna grin and bear it right now. She plays the games with the rest of the crew, and when they go to bed, they talk about the weekend. He says, I think the weekend actually kind of helped us. Brittany says she appreciates the girls, speaking up for her in that moment when she couldn't speak for herself. And she appreciates him for checking up on her. I was like, if only she knew that the girls
that he
made
dragged his feet to do it.
Yeah.
He was dragging on the ground and they were pulling him.
Yeah. Will says, the input was very helpful. He assures her again, he does want this. And, in confession, he says he knows that he's on a plateau emotionally. And he gives us a little bit of insight as well. He says he's this way in high school as well. He wouldn't do the whole hearts and I love you to his girlfriends. And that was an issue even back then. But he is learning that she needs more.
Not a good reference. How old are you? We're given high school as the last example that you didn't show that much affection.
Well, I think it shows the origins of the
that he's just always been like
how
this.
Far back it reaches. Yeah. He is learning that she needs more comfort, and she tells him she's committed to this marriage. She is choosing this marriage every day. She's choosing him every day. It's just the person she is. He says, I adore the person you are, and I choose you too. I was like, all right, with these
Leaving
two
on a good note.
Yeah, she is an emotional roller coaster. He is like an emotional teeter-totter, right? Like they're just on two very different emotional levels.
Yeah. They're on different rides.
Yeah. We're back home. We're happy to get back to our routines. She asks him, so she's still kind of learning. She's still trying to learn who Will is and how he navigates emotion. Because she's like, whenever she talks to her, she's like, she's studying a subject. She's like, so what do you do when you feel frustrated?
Yeah.
Because I've never seen it before. He's like, I take a nap, go to the gym. He's like, at those moments, I don't feel like being around anyone. She says, she was really overwhelmed at the retreat and she was frustrated, but now she's feeling a lot more better. In a confessional, she says she knows that he is genuine and attentive, but he's not great at communicating his feelings. She tells me she's in this for the long haul and she feels our connection is growing and it's her life's mission to get his feelings out. It's like, okay. We then get a great little segment where it's Will's birthday and Brittany flew out Will's mom from Detroit to come celebrate a birthday brunch with him. And it's a nice little treat. They talk about how great it is. And Will's mom gives a little more insight as well. She's like, listen, he's always been like this. He doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve. And you just kind of pull it out of him. She tells Will, you got to learn to communicate, even the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just communicate effectively when you do it. She tells him, don't give her just the complaints, give compliments as well. So that was a nice little moment there. It was great seeing his mom and seeing how it feels like the mom and Brittany gel well together.
Yeah.
He says he's really,
and I mean, even just the thought to be like, okay, I know that he doesn't like a flashy birthday, so I'm not going to try to get friends together, but I'll do an intimate, meal with his mom and get her out here, I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, for old time's sake, his mom did kiss his shoulder and leave a lipstick imprint on his shoulder. No. We then get some apartment cam footage. And I was like, uh-oh, here
I
we
know.
go.
Dun dun dun.
Here we go. He's leaving for another work trip, apparently, which is like, I am curious, like, how much time did y'all actually spend together during this 8 weeks? It seems like he's traveling for work a lot. So it'd be interesting to know how much time they actually spent together. I thought he was going to say something crazy before he left on his work trip.
I was so nervous.
They leave on a bad note. She does tell him, like, she takes his hand. She's like, I'm just so grateful for you. I'm grateful to be with you, and I want to be with you forever. And she says, I love you. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, here we go.
I know.
What's gonna be the exploration into the word love? Like, what are the origins of love? What types of love? I was like, all right, what is it?
Yeah.
And she like hugs him on the couch, and he just returns. He says, I love you too. I was like, oh, he just
what?
No qualifiers.
Yeah.
No, nothing. He just said it.
I love you too in the context of you saying you love me and
yeah.
me saying it back, but don't get too crazy.
But we are not entering into a contract of love forever. It could change tomorrow. It could change next week.
Yeah.
For right now, I love you. No, they make out on the couch. Pascal's like, can you give me that footage? that was something. that was real nice. From a personal collection. So that was a nice, sweet moment for them.
Yes.
They dropped the L-bombs. The next scene we get with them, they're on a nice boat ride. She apparently arranged this. He thanks her for arranging it. He says he's thankful that he's there with her. I was like, see, we'll talk about some words. We love this. We love this. He's learning.
Yes.
They talk about the last time they were on a boat on the catamaran at the honeymoon, how much things have changed. And she talks, Brittany says, in that moment with that we had that meeting with Cal and Pia, really changed things for her. She realized she was really guarded in that moment, and she's learned from that to address things when they happen.
Yeah.
And you just said you learned, but then she then asked the question again. So I guess I'll ask again. Do you think the emotional connection has grown? I was like, oh my God, here we go. He's like, and of course, Will does the Will thing. Will has learned either. He's like, oh, this is a trick question. Because, last time you asked me this in the retreat, I got chewed out for my answer. It's like, just answer the question. Don't.
Of course, he had to bring that up. Yeah.
And he says, we have a strong connection, and I look forward to it growing. I was like, no.
He's like, how do I gotta say that it gotta grow. It's not at the peak. How do I get that in?
He's like, I gotta give her some, and then take some of it back. Take some of it away. It's like, this is what he does all the time. She asks him what is love to him. He says, because they've exchanged love words. So she's like, what does love mean to you? He says, love for me means making sure that you're happy, making that a priority. Making sure that we're both happy, and to know that I'm committed to us. He says it's both an action and a feeling. She says, oh, so the feelings are there, because I only heard action. I was like, what? Huh? I was like, that was not the response I was expecting.
Yeah, because I don't know how she got that from what he said, was that he is less about feeling and only action.
Yeah. I thought that was a pretty good answer of what love is. I was like, okay, that's good. I like that. He says, okay, so if my answer wasn't good enough, what is love to you? She says that when she's around him, her heart is joyful. It's more of a feeling for her. She says, for you, it feels like love is an obligation. It's not like that for me. I was like, ooh.
It kind of is like she interpreted what he was saying is like, because we are committed, because I want you to be happy, I love you. And it's more of like, it's the things that I do is me showing that I care about you, where she's like caught up in it's the difference in like the in love versus love, because she's caught up in like, I feel that I am in love with you, because it was like, I for her to say it seems like more of an obligation for him is like I guess because we're married, I gotta love you.
Yeah, and in that way, she's making her feeling of love much better and bigger than his.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is what he's feeling in the moment. Be like, oh, so you think I'm just in this for obligation?
Yeah.
And you don't think I feel love for you? So I was with Will on this to be like offended, be like, oh, so you think your love is better than my love? Is that what you're saying? And he tells me, he's like, it just feels like no matter what I do or what I say, it's not what you want to hear from me. And it feels like it's never good enough. It feels like you are discrediting what I'm saying. She's like, I'm not discrediting. I'm just trying to point out the difference. She's like, it's okay. It is what it is. It's like no,
y'all
it's
need
not.
to come to an understanding. Yeah, y'all have already exchanged I love yous. It's important to understand what it means to the other person. Like, y'all don't have to have bar for bar say the exact same thing of what it means to you.
And that was a weaponized, it is what it is. It's just like, oh, well, I guess you just don't love me as much as I love you.
Right.
It is what it is. Like, I just got to deal with that. Like, you don't love me as much as I love you. Well,
what she wanted to hear was, oh, I get butterflies when I see you. I'm head over heels for you. I can't stop thinking about you. I can't imagine a moment without you. And I'm gone from work. I can't wait to get back to see you. Like, that's what she wanted his expression of love to be.
But I thought
that's not him.
It's not him. But I thought his definition of love was a good one. It was like, he wants to make sure that she's happy. So it's never good enough. She's like, it is what it is. It's like, oh my gosh. And she does say she knows that she makes him happy. She does understand that. She's sorry for turning something romantic into making him feel bad. I was like, okay, at least you're
she seems very apologetic about this.
Yeah. Now that she knows this is how he's feeling, it's on her to make him comfortable enough to express himself. He's like, I know you don't mean to upset me. I know you're being sweet. He tells her, you're so sweet. That's why you take things so personally. She says sorry again. They make up and they make out, exchange I love yous. I did like the fact that they took this moment, they solved it in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
They were able to move on.
Still on the boat. Yeah. We're not back at the apartment. And
yeah, I thought this was them taking the advice of the experts and actually utilizing it.
Yeah.
Not holding back, but saying how they're feeling at the time, and so they can work it out in a timely manner and not have someone locked in a bathroom or storming off.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is great. This is fantastic. This is them taking the advice and using it.
Yeah.
We do see a moment of them playing volleyball, which was this is obviously the go back to your childhood roots moment.
Yeah.
That we would get a whole episode out of everyone going to their childhood houses and stuff like that.
But that's the problem. No one's originally from Austin.
Well, no one's ever originally from anywhere nowadays. Like, everyone's a transplant to every city. But yeah, so that was obviously her childhood thing that she was going to take him on, which would have been a 15 to 20 minute segment on her lifetime version of this show.
Yes. That would have been episode 9.
Yep.
All of it.
It is the day before decision day, and he's going to be the one leaving. They joke around. She's like, oh, this could be the last time we were here together. He's like, yep, it could be. She's like, really? It's like you said this the last time we see each other. He's like, you just started saying it. You just said that, which again was just like, she's too much. Too much. Yeah. She takes things and blows them way out of proportion.
It's like I can't knock her for being an emotional being. I think it is so on Front Street because he's so the opposite that it's just like she's trying to grasp at straws. Like, they are a couple of days away from decision day at this point, right? Like, she's trying to make sure she's not going in here looking like we would fool. Like, yes, I am so in love with him, and he's like, no, we didn't get there. So I get the concern and like the hesitancy and the wanting the reassurance, because like she only gets that overly reassurance after they've had arguments or after they've like had these like conflicts. But then he's like, no, I do want you. I do, so it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, but she has to realize it's hurting more than it's helping.
Mm-hmm.
Their situation. She tells him it's going to be emotional to be without him, in the time they're going to be apart. She's just going to be thinking all about D-Day. She starts crying. He pulls her over to get a hug and a kiss. She says no matter what, she loves him. And he's like, oh, what kind of love? She's like, oh, you're ruining the moment. I was like, that was kind of a sweet moment.
They're so interesting. So I'm like, do they laugh together? Like every time he attempts to be funny, she doesn't really find it funny because it's like he's trying to be like annoying funny, whereas like kind of poking fun type of thing. But I'm like, in just regular settings, if you're not having a serious conversation, like I wonder, do they have a good time together, like laughing and joking?
Oh, I think they do. I think she eye rolls at his humor, which can be a good thing in a relationship.
I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess too late. Decision Day's next episode.
It's here. We're done.
Yeah.
In confessional, she says she's confident with their decisions, but there still could be a surprise or a what if. So she is still very nervous, but for her part, she's all in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We get to Decision Day. I was like,
whoa.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to like see a lead up to a decision? Is that what this is?
Right.
I hit my remote. I was like, no, we only got 5 minutes left. So
we're gonna see have a decision. Yeah.
And so she woke up feeling at peace and good with her decision. She's grateful for every moment with him. We'll see a bunch of flashbacks to their time. In his confessional, he says he's been spending time, when they've been apart, weighing the pros and cons. And he has struggled expressing himself out of caution for how she feels. And he wonders if she can ever truly accept his feelings. I was like, whoa. Kind of feels out of nowhere because it feels like we just left y'all and y'all were pretty good.
And it's weird for him to say that because it's not a matter of she can accept his feelings. It's a matter of can he express his feelings? Because her issue is not, yes, with the love definition, but I feel like a majority of their issues were his lack of expression of his feelings.
Yes, and I do feel like he feels, because she has taken things and blown them out of proportion, I think he has learned not to express his every feeling because she may go way left with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably where he's coming from. If I was to guess, I think he's a little valid, kind of, but this is not the time to
just be bringing this
to
up.
to really bring this into focus right now. Like, the day of Decision Day.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I wish you could have like talked it out with her or something, because what he does next is just crazy and ridiculous. He calls Brittany and tells her that he's going to say no on Decision Day.
First time we've seen this.
First time. We see her getting ready for Decision Day.
Yep.
She has a makeup artist there doing her makeup. She has to keep herself calm. Says, I'm not going to lose my shit. She has to say that mantra. A producer is trying to be like, what's going on?
She was like, so you got a phone call? She's like, I'm not doing that.
Nope, not happening.
She said, I was going to say she pulled her inner Chad, but no, she handled this way more respectfully than Chad would have. But her just like, we're not about to talk through what I just experienced. I'm feeling it right now. Like this isn't an aftermath thing.
She's trying not to melt down in this moment. And I think she knows if she goes and starts talking to a producer about this, she's going to melt down.
Yeah.
She's going to freak out. She needs to calm down. And she ends up doing what she does a lot, running and locking herself into a room. They do that a lot, which I don't blame her, because this is crazy. In a confessional, he says he loves and adores her, but he can't be in a relationship where his feelings don't matter.
When does his feelings not matter? That's where that statement was where I was like, okay, he does not understand her concerns, or anytime she's brought up, like she's not saying her feelings don't matter.
I think in that boat moment, I think he is interpreting that as her belittling his feelings, as his feelings aren't good enough for her in that moment. I can see that.
A mess.
A whole mess. But this was not it at all.
This is not the move. You sleep on it. You figure out what you want to do. Why are you
Don't freak her out on decision day
Ugh.
and call her knowing what that's going to do to her.
Yeah, that's not Clint calling Gina saying, "Hey, just so you know, I'm gonna say no." It's like, okay, it's
Right.
understood. Like, should you
Yeah.
say no first? Should I say no first? This is someone who has expressed that she is so in love with you. Has like her decision couldn't even be more clear, and so it was like, I don't know, did he misjudge this, thinking like maybe I should prepare her so she's not shocked in the
I think
moment?
that's probably his mindset, I think. And it's so abrupt, right?
Yeah,
Because when we left them, we thought things were really good.
yeah.
We're like, hey, this looks like it's going to work out. They love
Hmm.
each other. They just worked out their problem on the boat really well. They communicated well. This is smooth sailing, pun not intended. But then for this to just go left the way it did, for him to pull this
I know.
is just ridiculous.
Well,
And
so
I think it's part of his like non-emotional intelligence to be like, oh, I'll
yes,
warn her before she gets here.
logically thinking,
Yeah,
I should tell her now so she
I
has
should
time to get over it.
I shouldn't spring this on her, right? That would be inconsiderate to spring it on her on decision day. It's like I think I guess if you're going to say no, the move would be to do it at decision day. That's going to be bad enough, but
Hmm.
it's like telling someone, I have a surprise for you, but I'm not going to tell you until you get here. We have something to talk about, but we're going to talk about
Right.
it later. Like, you have her freaking the F out before
The preparation would have been in your conversations leading up to decision day. You're making it clear that your decision is not clear. Like
yeah.
your decision has not been made.
And this is literally springing it on her at the last
Yes.
minute.
Oh.
Literally.
So what do you think? Like, what do you think they're going to say on decision day?
I don't know. That it looks like it gets pretty emotional at that decision day, and we see him like walking around the decision day area,
It seems like it's her turning into trying to change his
trying to
mind.
convince him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
Oh,
rough to watch
yes.
because I never want someone,
Begging someone to be with
man or
them.
woman,
Yeah.
try to convince the other that they
Yeah.
can make this work. So I'll say they say yes on decision day. I think she's going to convince him to say yes to more time.
Okay. Yes, I can agree with that. I would think that too. Like they say yes to more time, and then
Reunion.
I don't think they're gonna make it to the reunion.
Man. Yeah, let me get a 2 on that.
Oh, I guess that you would do it too. I'm a 1.
Okay. So man, where we have 1-5, right? Derek and Megan.
Yeah, Derek, and that's just because the baby.
Well, not just because of that. No, I think they're
No. But I'm saying like that's the only reason I'm for sure. Like I
yeah,
don't. I think there could have been more conflict
yeah,
that arose afterwards, but like because that's kind of like leveled them out to real life.
yeah. So we're a little pessimistic on this. Like it's interesting that it's
Yeah.
turned from we got all 5 couples saying the L word, we got all 5 couples consummating. And now
Yes.
we're here where everyone seems to be in a moment of upheaval at the moment. So
Yes.
we'll see, man. We'll see.
All
Weirder things
right.
have happened, but
Yes, exactly.
so do we think it's going to be all yeses on decision day? Is that where we came down?
I think that's where we landed.
Okay.
The of people just like I mean,
Say
I'm
yes to
not
more time.
yes. I think they will all say yes to more time.
Let's not forget Boston, where almost everyone said yes to more, and like they're all broken up by the reunion,
Yeah,
except for Noy and Steve.
exactly. Who now Steve is engaged to Mindy.
Yes.
Well, thank y'all so much for sticking with us. Hopefully you enjoyed our recap. Let us know what you think in the Facebook group. Make sure you go join the Facebook group, A Perfect Match Podcast, where the password is with friends like these. Make sure you subscribe to the Love at First Sight feed, subscribe to the RHAP YouTube channel. Jason, where can people find you?
You can check me out on The Good Pod with me and Marissa Garza as we rewatch The Good Wife and talk about it. We're also talking about the Good Wife spinoff, Elsbeth, in its current 3rd season. So check all that stuff out. Yeah, that's it for me. Asia, what you got?
Actually, this week I was on Let's Chat Reality talking about episode 8 of Survivor 49 with Michael and Molly. So go check me out on Let's Chat Reality. We had a great time recapping the episode. And yeah, you can find us over on Patreon. So
Not Mike and Molly.
What's that?
Was a sitcom.
Oh, I was like, oh yeah, that does ring a bell. Yeah, y'all can follow me on all social media at Aysha like Asia. That's AYSHA like ASIA. Thank you so much for sticking with us, and we'll see you next time for Decision Day and the reunion. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.